Hello and welcome back to Every Dawn. Today I want to tell you one story that I found very impressive about how habits, like Aristotle says, can actually change our lives. And this is a real story. There is a man called Ted Neely. Perhaps you have heard about him. He's a singer, he is a performer, he is an actor also. And he played in a musical from the 1970s, back then, very big, very famous musical, Jesus Christ Superstar. So, you might think whatever you want of the musical itself. I personally like it very much, but it has been a little bit controversial because of its topic, because of this person impersonating Jesus. But this is not the point. The point here is that Ted Neely, who is playing Jesus, has been playing this role for many, many years, for decades. And the musical is still being performed, or it was at least a few years ago. And in interviews, Ted Neely said that he had played this role thousands of times. He gave a precise number, but I don't remember it, if it was, 2,000 or 5,000, something like this, a small number of thousands of times. So this man has been going on stage to play this role thousands of times. And I think this is exactly what Aristotle means by habit. Obviously he had a habit of playing this role. He did it every day. He cultivated this skill of playing this role. And the interesting thing is now in interviews, he had said that he increasingly felt like he is becoming the role. Not that he's becoming Jesus necessarily, but that the role is changing him. He becomes more and more like this person he is presenting. And many of the audience think that he is something like a priest, something like a person who has some divine quality about him, some divine grace when he is performing this and afterwards. And he himself feels like he is in this role of, let's say, a missionary, of using this role to promote Christian ideas. But it's not only using the role to promote the ideas, it is that he himself feels that he is touched by something in playing this role, that he is, like the ancients say, inspired. And inspired comes from, in, and aspiration means the breath or the spirit. So he has a spirit inside him. He is inspired. He has this holiness or this Holy Spirit or whatever it is that is now part of his person. And it's really fun to read some of these interviews. And he freely admits how this role has changed him, how it has made him a different man than he was before, a better man, in his opinion. And I think we can learn something from this about the power of habits to change our personality, just like Aristotle said. That if you do something long enough, and it doesn't matter, even if it's a performance, even if it is something you consciously do as a performance, because the man is not crazy, right? He's performing. He knows that he's performing. But still it works. And this reminds me again of the slogan of young people today who start businesses on the internet. They have this slogan, fake it until you make it. And I think this is also very Aristotelian. This is the idea that if you repeatedly fake it, if you repeatedly pretend something, then slowly your reality will adapt. It will change to that because you will be more and more like that. And then others will more and more perceive you like that, whatever it is, a successful businessman, a successful sportsman. And in the end, things will come your way and your life will start rearranging itself around that thing that you pretend to be. So I think that this is a very interesting case to look at, but there are many other cases of fake it until you make it. So, for us, when you think about it for your own life, one way to use this is exactly to say, I have a goal, and instead of just looking at this goal and seeing how far away it is, I should perhaps just start by pretending to be at the situation where I want to be. I start making these videos as if I was successful, and I start writing my book as if I was a successful author, and in time I will become this thing that I want to be. So have a look at your life and see if there are things where you want something, you want yourself to change in some particular way, and then perhaps you can try out if this helps repeatedly, pretending this. But it doesn't help, of course, to do it one time. According to Aristotle, it has to be repeated very, very often. It has to be a skill that is automatic. We just automatically do it. We just become this thing. He had to play this role 5,000 times in order to get there, or however many it was. And if you do it 5,000 times, then you will be it. This is the theory. See if it works for you. Thank you, and see you next time.